All right, y'all. This is part 3. So if you're checking this out, go check out the other videos on YouTube. If you've seen this on Facebook, you can just circle back and you can go check it out. If you're checking this out on Facebook or see the link on Twitter, something like that, you can go check them out at youtube.com/BFHS Network, which is short for Black Folk Hotspots Network. I just entered Gary coming from Maryville going north at 53rd, which is the start of the Gary, city limits. And I just, I'm just driving down the street, and just looking at all this growth and all these freaking potholes down our main corridor of Broadway. And I want y'all to see all this growth that, right now it's another election year, and I tell people all the time, I'm at 49th and Broadway. All this, not a black owned bank in a city that's 85-90% black, not one, right? I look at all the different things but this is the growth. This is, ever since I've been alive, and I was born in 1972, we have had a Democratic mayor. We've had, all of them have been black except for one, and that was Scott King. And he quit. He said basically this shit don't pay enough for me, right? And there's a lot of theories around why he quit, and this, that, and the other, but I can't worry about that because I don't know the truth behind him. So, but he quit. I do know that, and that's the truth, right? But this is the city, Whoa, partner. I just happened to see this van that say, Sysmith for mayor. Here's a dude. This is his headquarters at 4425. They say it's going to be a big party there after he wins this election. Yesterday, I sat in on one of his team huddles, and I was very impressed with the way he ran, his meeting, way he stayed on course, way the way he was organized, and which makes a lot of sense, because after talking to him at length, because you know what? In the past, I had never gave an independent candidate a shot, right? Never. And I said, because that's what I had known, Democrats. That's what I had known. That's all I had known. It's all my parents had known. Even though they wasn't like a huge political people with political jobs. That's all they'd ever known. But go to friendsofsysmith.com and check it out, and then give them a call. Find out where he's going to be so you can listen to what he got to say. And I said, hey, I got to listen to him. And I listened to all the independent candidates. And you know what? So far, it's been that's my choice. Matter of fact, I've already voted. I early voted at the Genesis Center, which you can still do, I think, until Saturday, I want to say. Or maybe Monday, too. I don't know. But, the way you beat the crowds, all the 13% that voted last time, 13% of the registered voters in Gary voted. Tell your friends, at least take a listen to what he has to say. This guy has been in a community organizing thing. And then, it's funny because we had another community organizer that's in the White House right now. So maybe they know someone. When people are doing these things, they're doing these things to give back. But this is the city. This is the growth. This is the growth over my 43 years of living on this earth. This city looks the exact same, as far as the buildings, as it did when I was a little kid. But the difference now is a lot of them are abandoned. What they call it, urban decay. Why? Because they make a term for it, then it has to be acceptable. Why can't we have growth? We got, 60,000, 70,000 people still left here that hadn't left. When I was a youth, Gary was the biggest city in Lake County and Porter County in Northwest Indiana. Now it's not anymore. Why is that? People are leaving. You know, they want a better education for their kids. They want to be able to lay down, you know, at night and feel safe and comfortable. They want to be able to let their kids go outside and play, you know, and you know, like I know I do, and I'm sure you do if you have kids. I want my kids to get a quality education, and I don't want to have to pay for it. You know, as far as I'm already paying for my taxes, right? It should be, you know. You know, the people in Chesterton not paying extra to send their kids to Chesterton High School at a top magnet type school. They're not doing that. Why should my kids have to suffer? Why should we get secondhand books? You know, look at all these. This is just abandoned buildings, both sides of the street, left and the right, left and the right. And that is just. And then we have we got a college here. We got Indiana University, an extension college of Indiana University in Bloomington. And they're building, they're growing. You know, they call this the University Park. They're trying to build some big things and do a lot of extras. You know, they building, this says an arts and sciences building that they're building. You know, I look at all, you know, you guys probably can't see that, but look at all the, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. I see four workers that I see, and not one of them are black. Who allowed that to happen? There's another one. Who allowed it to happen? Why didn't they train and hire some black people to, you know, from the city, get them some jobs while they're doing this construction? That would probably make too much sense, right? But we're not capturing, there's no real businesses around the area. We're not capturing, look, hey, some white runners. You know, that's, you know, we're not capturing any dollars before these people are leaving the area. And this is the city that I grew up in, right? You know, I've been around this, you know, around the United, I ain't gonna say every city, and I've been to, you know, and I've stayed at Lymph, and I've visited business meetings and this, that, and the other. There's a sysmith sign right there. You know, Gary voters can change the course. You can change the course, you know, but if you keep voting Democrat, straight Democrat, guess what? That's what you're gonna get more. You're gonna get more of this. I'm sorry. I figured, you know what? I voted Democrat. I gave them shots. I gave them a chance. You know what? And they basically shitted on my chance. You're not gonna keep, you know, dating or stay married to a man or a woman who keeps cheating on you or keep beating on you. Eventually, you're gonna leave. It's just not gonna happen. You're not gonna do that for a man. You're not gonna do that for a woman. But you know what? But the city you lay your head down, that you should feel safe at night. You should have, you know, quality education for your children, you know, and things like that. You should feel you'll keep letting them shit on you because they guaranteed your vote. Hey, I looked at all the independent candidates, me personally, and if you know me, you know I've researched them. You know Ryan Hodge, you know I've researched, you know I've looked at them, you know I've talked to them. And I've even, you know, made it hot in their little kitchen to see how they respond to adversity. See how they responded to me. I'm just one person. They could easily say, "Oh man, go F off, dude. You don't know what you're talking about." Right? But I only got that from one candidate that tried to BS me, and that was, you know, Eddie Tarver. You know, it was, yeah, he's a shield, in my opinion. And if you know what a shield is, that means he's claiming to be something that he isn't, right? It's like a shield voter or a shield auction, right? Or shield bidder rather than an auction where, you know, somebody else is bidding for somebody else. You know, he keeps claiming, he claims that he took a pledge. A pledge for what? A pledge to who? You know, all the mayors raise their hand and swear to the citizens that voted them they're going to do right and do this. This is right. If this is right, I don't know what wrong is. Yeah, a definition of insanity, right? What is it? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result, right? You know, where's the big businesses? You can't attract them. You know, when everybody I talk to grocery shop outside the city, for the most part. Hobart, building their economy. Portage, building their economy. Right? Maryville, building their economy. Hammond, building their economy. Hammond said, hey, you know what? We're so good, we gonna build another Walmart, a even bigger one, so we can get more of your dollars. You know, you look up, they put a Buffalo Wild Wings, you know, there, and they're building a hotel, right? I mean, that, I don't know how quick railroad tracks suck on right at 21st and Broadway. I don't know where you come from, but where I come from, you know, it seems, you know, just my eyesight, I don't know what goes into all that and putting together certain things, you know, but it seems like that's going up pretty quick. I don't know how long it was in the making or anything like that. I don't know. But it's there. It's there. It's coming. You know, what about our police officers? What about our firemen? Our firemen ain't had a raise in like 10 years. Why is that? So then you wonder why we losing them? Right? Why would you lose your experienced people, your knowledgeable people? You know, people leave this city, they graduate high school, they go to college, and they never come back. Why? You can't build a city like that if you're just saying F the youth, but you claim that you like the youth, right? Because they are our future. My daughter is our future. My niece, my nephew is our future. But if we don't invest in them, you know, or give them something to come back to, then somebody else will. It's just like if you don't treat your relationship right, you know, somebody will treat her or him right. You know, I can't expect somebody to do something. You know, I can't expect change if I don't make change. So my thing is to vote for change. And the only way to vote for change is to give somebody a shot hey, I'm tired of hearing the machine. I'm tired of giving the machine a shot. I'm tired of it. I'm sure you are too. You know, a lot of us didn't move out the area per se. We just got the hell away from Gary. We moved to Portage, to Hobart, to Maryville, to Crown Point, to Dyer, you know, to Hammond, East Chicago, Munster, Chicago, Michigan City. We moved to all the surrounding cities. We didn't leave the area. I mean, we just left the city that wasn't serving our purposes. You have a right to prosper economically, right? And that's what happens when you go to somewhere that's moving, that's growing. That's growing. Now, I understand there's a lot of people still here, and I'm not shitting on them. But you know, but a lot of them, they're still here that really care about the kids. A lot. I mean, I ain't gonna say really care, because I know it's some that do care, that send their kids to Gary schools. There's nothing problem. Don't get me wrong. But a lot of people that's living here are sending their kids to other schools out the area, paying extra to send their kids to Portage or Chesterton or Munster or Maryville, or, you know, one of these different other cities. They're paying. Where the residents of that city don't pay for a public school, but we have to pay to send our kids to get a quality education because we care about our kids. Now, what happens when that kid goes, get the education, goes to college, right? Goes to college. What are they gonna come back to? The steel mill only got, inland in East Chicago only has, 2,700 people working there. You know, it's funny because people are like, oh, the steel mills, they start laying off. No, technology. Like I'm recording this. You couldn't do this 25 years ago on a cell phone. You couldn't do this. Technology, nobody saw it. The guy at Middle said that in 1978 or something like that, I'm turning on Fifth Avenue, going east. Well, anyway, the guy said in 1978, I think he said 1978, there was 27,000 people working at Middle. That's the steel mill in Chicago, used to old Inland Steel. 27,000. He said now, today, there's 2,700, right? and they make 10%. They make 10% more. They produce 10% more steel. Think about that. It's technology. We have to be thinking about the future. Where's the technology centers? Where's the technology centers so you can get some you know, use some of the innovation and thought process of some of these kids that they have with these brilliant minds. Where is that? It isn't. But you know what? You can still continuously vote for, you know, for what you got. You can keep that incoming mayor. And even if she doesn't lose, we need to send her a message that, hey, you know what? You got 4 more years and that's it. There's people coming for you that can do better. You're talking about, hey, I like Sysmith. I've talked to him, I've vetted him. You know what? And I think you should take a listen to what he has to say. You can go to Friends of Sysmith, go to his Facebook page, Sysmith. You know, you can check out his YouTube videos, Sysmith. You can basically Google him. He's on YouTube, and just watch some of his videos. Listen to what he has to say. He's been community organizer for like 20 years. I'm gonna tell you, I was impressed. I was impressed, and I looked in his eyes, and you know, and I could see the positive energy. All the things he's doing, he has different days of the week where he's doing economic and senior days and this, that, and the other, where he's teaching and training, and he's helping kids, you know, taking them out of town where ordinarily they may not ever been able to you know, go out with their parents and afford it. He's taking them and showing them DC and Atlanta and different things. That's huge. Gary got all this. We got train, we got water, we got highways, right? All running through it. Everything is poised for somebody to do the right thing. You know, the guy said, oh, the state of Indiana, you know, they stop, you know, downstate, they don't give up the money, so they can't do anything. I call BS on that. I'm not gonna keep giving you, you know, if my girl was, if every time I gave her money to go buy groceries for the house and stuff for the house and pay the bills, and she took her money and she took the money that I gave her and she went to the steel mill, or she went to go buy drugs, you know, or whatever, or alcohol, or something that is non-productive, right? She just wasted her money on shoes when these are supposed to go towards, you know, the household bills and food in our stomachs. You know, how many more times am I gonna keep giving her money so she can keep blowing it and being irresponsible? But you know what? We keep electing these same people from the same party, this gang called Democrats. It's time to show them we're not playing anymore. Look at the Republican candidates, the top two candidates, you know, Ben Carson and Donald Trump. They have no political. They're not tied. It wasn't tied to any political party. They didn't. But they're the top people. People are tired of it. People are tired of it. I hope y'all see. Go to Friends of Sysmith. Check it out, y'all. See if y'all see what I saw. I mean, you ain't got to agree with me, but at least go check it out. Anyway, you can find this video and other videos at youtube.com/BFHS Network, or you know, which is my site that I have for black business owners, and things, good information that we try to share and put out there because people need to know, right? And we need to have these conversations because you know what? It's only one thing. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards, and moving backwards gets you nowhere, right? Only way you should be moved backwards is to reevaluate, take a step back. And a lot of times you take a step back and you look at it. You look. Take a step back and look. Take a step back and look and be like, damn, is this what I really want for my life? If I'm going to be here for the next 20 years, 30 years, if I'm going to buy a house in this area, if I'm going to do these different things, then you know what? I need to take a look and see if this is what I really want. Because that's how you do. Sometimes you got to do that in business. You got to reassess. You know, I say that these people that we have elected, if we would have elected them to, if they had been the president, or if they had been, you know, CEO of a company, or, you know, president of the company, they would have been fired as a manager of a major corporation, Pepsi, you know, Amoco, whatever it may be, you know, Coca-Cola. They would have been fired for lack of growth. You can't, oh yeah, here's Miller K, key market, you know. But I bet you if I go sit in that parking lot of Strack and Van Til's in Hobart, I see nothing but Gary, Indiana people walking in there, right? If I go to the Town and Country in Portage, well, all we're doing is building these other economies, or go to Walmart or Meijer or any one of the major department stores. Why aren't there any in Gary? Not a one. Because I'm sorry, but you idiots are going to continuously just go and shop with them outside the city and take your dollars and put it in somebody else's economy and allow them to grow Route 6 like they're, you know, in Portage like they're doing. Not to say that's a bad thing. You know, I would take advantage of it too if I was them. As a business owner, you don't want to treat your people right? Hey, the other people, I get them people all the time that come to Black Folk Hotspots and be like, hey, I was here and I was paying X amount of dollars and I was doing this and it was nothing. Look at this. This is the old screaming wheels and stuff. This is where you giving these people your money. You know, yeah. It's I you know, I'm not saying that my solution is the best, but I know what we do and I know we're consistent with it and we do good at what we do and we continuously will. It just is what it is. All right. We don't make any promises. But anyway, Google Black Folk Hotspots. If you're a black business owner, you're watching this, you know a black business owner, tell them to go create a profile so we can introduce them to our network. You know, because we need to start, you know, recirculating our dollars and buying from within. Anyway, you can check out the rest of the videos at youtube.com/BFHS Network, which is short for Black Folk Hotspots. So BFHS Network, which is short for Black Folk Hotspots. So you can just Google us on YouTube or put in BFHS Network in the Google, in YouTube. Or you could search for that in Facebook or just Google, whatever. Yeah, this is the city. Anyway, y'all, it's 22 minutes. 22 minutes in. I'm turning on Old Hobart Road, going towards Lake Station. I just went through Miller down 20. That's what we get. This is what happens when you keep giving people chances that don't deserve chances. That time is over. Time is over. They can talk a good game, but that's it. Talk is cheap. Action. How many years of action? 40-something years of action. You constantly see decline. Look at the school systems. Failing. Barely making it. Where the new schools at? Every school in this area, every school district in Northwest Indiana has had a new school built within the last, say, 15, 20 years. And I'm talking about a new high school. Where's the new high school in Gary? I know you got like Bowman, you got the little charter schools and the Dune schools and this and the other, but what about the public school? Where's the new one? State of the art. You give our kids inferior places to study, and you know what? They're gonna, you know, and allow the man that you call to give us inferior education, and then you wonder what's wrong. It's like you don't set no expectations. Guess what? You can't expect any. You can't expect people to treat you right. Look at all these people in Gary, all white people. I'm sorry. White people need jobs too, but how crazy is that, right? You know, you ain't City of Gary. I ain't seen a black person working in one of these things, one of these constructions or one of these road crews or none of that. You know, why don't they set up? And that's the thing. This is crazy. Anyway, I'm out of here. I can't take it no more. I'm gonna start cursing in a minute. I promise you that. And I'm trying to keep this somewhat professional without starting to like use really big curse words and a bunch of them strung together. All right, y'all. Peace out.